Did you know that there's a way to effectively farm echoes that you're missing? In this video, I'll share with you my biggest tips to help progress your account as effectively as possible. So, by going into your data bank, select the third option, which is your gallery. In here, you can select any creature that you have and currently don't have. It will place a tracker on them and it will lead you directly to that specific echo. Even if you don't get that echo to drop, you can very easily just do the same thing and find another enemy. The reason databank is so important is because you gain meaningful upgrades that will help your account. For each databank level, you increase your stamina, which allows you to climb further and dodge more often. Not only that, but as your level progresses, you'll be able to find more rare echoes, which overall is more effective. My second tip is actually going to be weekly bosses. As the name implies, you want to be doing these bosses weekly. You can only acquire rewards from these bosses up to 3 times in a given week. As of the recording of this video, it is still currently week 1 of the game. It is imperative that you do these weekly bosses as soon as possible because essentially your account could be a week behind if you don't do them. So get on it, guys. These next 2 tips are actually linked together. My third tip is to avoid overinvesting, especially early game. Let's take Baizi as an example. She is a healer and doesn't need to do much damage in order to help the team. As an early game healer, it's okay for her to have minimalistic items in order to get the job done. For her weapon, I have a variation that helps with energy recharge. For her echoes, I have increasing outgoing healing. I could also slap a 2-piece energy recharge, but in all honesty, she's good to go. If you try leveling up everyone early on, you will run out of resources. So, what's the alternative? For the fourth tip, instead of making everyone okay and struggling, focus on your main damage dealers to be superstars. These are going to be your hyper carries like Gion or Kalcharo. As you could guess, their jobs as hyper carries is to, well, carry the team. So, maximize their levels, upgrade their weapons, boost their talents higher for the guaranteed upgrades. Will it be pricey at first? Of course, but you also don't need to be reckless with your resources. Remember what I said last time on tip 3. I currently do not have a good weapon for my Gion, so I left it at level 40 at max refinement. But if you do, always focus on those guaranteed upgrades to make sure they can do the maximum possible damage, especially if you know you won't be replacing them for a good while. For my fifth tip, here are ways to boost your union level. Every single day, we gain daily quests and this should be a priority for you. Not only is this the primary way to obtain Acerite, to fuel your gacha addiction, but this is also a substantial amount of union XP that you will gain towards your overall account. Another important resource to consider is your wave plates / energy. This is going to be the equivalent of Genshin's resin system or Honkai Star Rail's Trailblaze power. You never want to be fully capped at 240, you always want it revolving. My recommendation early game is to go to the simulated training and farm either the first or last choices. The second option isn't as recommended because there's already various ways to obtain that without needing to use your wave plates. There is also a first time bonus for beating a boss, which gives you a sizable amount of XP. Lastly, there is a green exploration quest that typically give you a massive chunk of XP. So if you're looking to boost your union level, you should be doing these activities. This guide is still evolving because Wuthering Waves still hasn't even been out for an entire week yet. So as the weeks and months progress, I plan on still covering the best ways that you guys can optimize your accounts, whether it's just 1 tip, 5 tips, 10 tips, who knows. But I still plan on making plenty of Wuthering Waves content. I'm not going anywhere. And for you guys who are still holding on for Honkai Star Rail content, don't worry, that's still coming as well. Don't worry about that. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for all things gacha, and as always, subscribe for more.